The better the piano, the worse the space propaganda. So this doesn't bode well for the claims being made here by the Chinese space industry, because this is a cracking bit of piano. Apparently, this craft, when it arrived, the other side, the dark side of the moon, hovered above the lunar surface and projected a gigantic green pyramid onto the lunar surface. I kind of tip your hat to Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. You could say a middle finger to all of us who know this is utter fucking nonsense, and a kind of mocking and laughing at the sheeple who were foolish enough to believe this nonsense in the first place. And here we have the hub of the Chinese space industry, stroke the main, most important room in the Chinese moon missions. You notice the usual bit of data top left, but all they've got here, other than some numbers, is a still image on a screen with a red line and a couple of dots travelling along that line. That's all they've got to base and make some of the most important decisions going. They base it purely off a few numbers and a dot travelling along a line. There we go. All makes sense. We all know what to do now. Yeah, you got it? Sound. Let's crack on. Now, what is it about space and 1980s graphics? What is it? Another example. Shocking image. Out of focus image of what probably is a model. Another red line. And now a computer spacecraft that's been nicked from a 1980 space game. I can't remember if it's Asteroids, Scramble. There's another one as well. There's quite a few. I can't remember which one it was from, but it's definitely remember that from a game back in the early 80s. I mean, just look at this nonsense. Look at it.
Every camera in this world is high def at this point. We all have high definition cameras in our pockets. GoPro cameras are, 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches and record in 4K. These cameras cost like $200. Sure, get a souped up one for $400. Add a few batteries and a space protectorant, and what do we got? $1,000? Well, with $56 million a day, you could buy 56,000 of those cameras, and that's in a day. Okay, and that's just NASA. Here we're talking about a Chinese craft. So, in 1969 they had live TV, but in 2019 we can't. Folks, wake up. Here's another page. I saw this was classic. It takes you to this guy's Twitter. Here's these images. Finally, some images from WIKILEAKS. I guess that's how you say it. I don't know. It's the supposed satellite that's out there in the Lagrange point beyond the moon, and it's able to telecast back what this little lander's doing on the moon. So it's got this Lagrange orbit. It's sending us back images, and this is what we get. Look at this. You have got to be kidding me. What is this? Look at this. Moon, Earth. Yeah, right. Look at this. Look at this image. And now finally, they're starting to stretch it out. Now they're starting to give us a little bit of a Neil deGrasse oblate spheroid. Whereas everything we've ever been given is a perfect sphere. Now in this image, it is an oblate spheroid. And look at all these cloud patterns. This can't be fake. Look at the dark side of the moon. Sorry. The other side of the moon, or the non-Earth side facing, they call it dark. That's not, I guess, correct in the heliocentric world of pretend. But this is just such a joke. I don't know how anybody is allowing this to go on without just screaming fraud. Wake up, folks. You need to open your eyes. First off, the space economy is an outright scam. So I guess China can't afford this technology either. With all their taxpayer income, we don't have the technology to show anything better than these CGI nonsense videos. Look at this crap. How easy would this be to fake, folks? Look at this. Look at this. How easy is this to fake? It's a computer program. How many times do I need to say it? It's a computer program. It's nothing more. Look at this. This is the best we got. It's 2019. I can't believe it. I cannot believe that people can't see this. Look at what a joke this is. It's just, it makes me sick. Makes me sick that people can't recognize that they're being lied to right to their face. Can't you see it yet? Why wouldn't China give us HD live video to show up the U.S.? Say, hey, look at, we're doing it. Of course not. Because that reveals the scam. So everybody's got to provide us with this bullshit, low-level CGI, nothing even close to being real. And, look at technology and how far we've come. And 50 years ago, NASA was able to get live video from the moon. Why wouldn't they be able to do it now? Why are we given these shitty CGI videos? It's 2019, folks. I can't scream it enough. You need to ask yourself these questions. And they've already conditioned the world to expect hoaxy-looking nonsense. They have already had Elon Musk tell the world that it's real because it looks so fake.
March at NAP. What was going through your mind? How amazed were you to see your roadster up there with Starman just cruising along with the blue planet? And how long will we be getting live views, do you think, from the car?
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. We'd have way better CGI if it was fake.
We have way better CGI if it was fake. Look at that. Look at that face. Oh, look at that. First question, press conference. Oh, come on.
And the colors all look kind of weird in space. There's no atmospheric occlusion. Like everything looks too crisp.
Too crisp. All right, so that's what we're seeing is too crisp. Look, we're not even looking at the crispness. We're looking at how ridiculous it is. This car with these perfect frame shots with the Earth and just the altitude. Come on, guy.
And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. We'd have way better CGI if it was fake.
We have way better CGI if it was fake. So I already know that they're dealing with CGI. Interesting. You can look at his expression. It's just a very, very suspicious thing to say at a press conference, even bringing that up. If all of a sudden I'm trying to do something, why in the world would I actually try to amplify the fact and bring that up?
What kind of double-speak nonsense is that? It's garbage. It's propaganda so that you expect and are okay with nonsense CGI and miniatures with a black screen and with a screen behind it. I mean, it's all crap. It's all lies. It's so easy to fake.
And here it comes to land. Looks like a waste paper bin with a USB dongle strapped to its back. I'm guessing the rover stroke lander is inside the bin. Symbolic. Not sure what this is, whether this is the landing site or whether or not China are looking to establish a crazy golf course on the moon. Again, I don't know. And there it is, the very first image from China back from the Martian surface. Sorry, the lunar surface. It must be something to do with the colour. When it comes back through a vacuum, it must affect the colour of the image. That's all. It must be. Cracking shot of a local beach. Nice. An image of the moon. Pretty much how we see it, with a couple of very dodgy, bigger superimposed holes on there. And then we get the detachment. We get the rover leaving the bin, entering the lunar surface. You can see from the design, obviously the lunar surface is rough, rugged, craters, rubble. They've taken all that into account. They've built on a real top-heavy, narrow, tall craft that's going to wobble and fall over on any surface other than it being perfectly flat, ironically. So yeah, they've taken all this into account. Incredible design. I mean, what's not to believe as we get to see the last parting shot, this Chinese rover, which is kind of a hybrid of a scarecrow and a rover spacecraft. We get to see it shoot off into the distance on a computer-generated fantasy world.
It's all just simulated. It's just simulated computer crap. And people buy it up. They think it's real. What they don't realize is that this is all a space-based religion. It's all religious. It's a religion for the hate of God, for hatred for a creator. You don't have to agree with me. If you don't want, you can disagree with that. But if you're an atheist, then you love the globe. You aren't the center, idiot. You're an insignificant speck of dust. We all came from nothing. Evolution happened. We came from an amoeba, and we're on a spinning ball amongst billions of others of spinning balls, and space is endless. What a great religion if you're an atheist. It's the best religion ever. It's like, yeah, we're all natural. We're not insignificant. We're just here. We're just spinning. We live and die. There's nothing else. There's nothing before. That. What a great religion for atheists. And guess what it all is? It's all wizardry. It's all wizardry. Because when we look up, there it is, an empty slate. So what better stage for wizardry than nothing and everything? They can make up whatever they want. It's an empty slate, an empty stage, an open book for imagination, for pretend, for fantasy, for Disney. What better plan for lying to the world than to make up a bunch of stories about a fantasy place that you can see with your telescope, but you'll never go to? But if you pull out that telescope there, that light in the sky, those are all other suns.
Oh, this is amazing. Slow it, pause it. This is unbelievable because they got a really distant shot into the quasar, what what is it, the Sirius quadrant? It's like a galaxy, a couple galaxies over to the left. Unbelievable stuff. They got some amazing photos of supernovas, their suns basically, that are actually exploding or being created. And this, they've never seen this before, this many suns actually colliding and exploding in their creation process all at the same time. And they actually came up with a new term for it. It's a collisionary supernova. Unbelievable that they actually caught this. If you get a zoom in on this, there's a zoom in that Hubble did on this. These are actual fucking suns being formed. Unbelievable. Look at this. All these fucking suns. Can we get another? Keep going? And they're being formed on a Christmas tree. Next one. Unbelievable. How many? Oh, this is amazing. We just went to Mars. Hey, big round of applause now for the Americans going to Mars. And this is the official image of them landing there. It's fucking funny. It's like, isn't it amazing how they were landing there and they already had an airbrush artist with his easel set up to paint it land that quick. It's unbelievable. How many people think this is real? This is the official landing.
And think of all the magic there is in this fantastical world. Anything can happen in space. Anything does happen. Anything that can happen does happen. There in what is it? Saturn and Jupiter, it rains diamonds, folks. Has anyone ever told you a more fantasy bullshit story than that? It rains diamonds on the planet light in the sky, Jupiter. It's raining diamonds. Don't you want to go there? Don't you want to be a part of space? So yeah, this Chinese moon landing is just another bit of fantasy. And again, it's on the dark side of the moon, right? So it's over there where nobody's ever been there before, and it's just such crap. We get no pictures. We get nothing but CGI. And again, I mean, I go back to that quote by Crow. The Crow's law of high definition. Anything that truly exists in the modern era that can be filmed in high definition will be filmed in high definition. And I don't know who doesn't agree with that, except for if you love space. Because if you love space, then you can't agree with that statement. You're going to say, well, everything that can be, could be, but there's stuff in space that can't be. We can't get high definition videos from Mars or from... But they don't realize that we had live video from the moon 50 damn years ago. But now that they've landed on the backside with a satellite, whatever that thing was called, I can't remember the name of it, the one that's on the far side, supposedly, why wouldn't you be able to transmit live video back now? It's 50 years later. 50 effing years later. But we get nothing. Nothing at all. It is sad. It is pathetic. It's, I don't know what else I would call it, scary. It's scary because we should be able to look up and say, wait a second, yeah, you're right. If there's anywhere that they could lie about, it's not going to be down the street. It's not going to be across town. It's not going to be in Australia where I can call someone and say, hey, are you seeing the sun at this time? Are you seeing the sunset here? That's not what they're going to lie about. They're going to lie about the places you can't go, like Antarctica, the moon, Saturn, space, orbits. Right. That's what they're going to lie about because it's shit that you can't do, that you can't follow up on. Who's on the moon to get, to tell us that, or who else is on the moon to tell us that China's actually there? Nobody. It's all pretend. And NASA comes back. China comes back with these grainy images. Nothing even close. It's 2019. It's ridiculous that we have to accept things like this. And it's so sad. And this is why the Globers are so angry. Wouldn't you be angry if you had to stand behind this image? Nope, that image looks real, Jaron. Looks pretty real. How did they get it then? Well, where do you think they got this from? You think somebody faked it? Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. I think somebody faked it. 110%. And again, if anybody's receiving data from this craft from the moon, it can be simulated easily.
要对着陆器成一个着陆器的正状照。完成这个以后的话，我们要去进行科学探索，根据科学家要指定的想去关心的地方呢，我们 对我们这个风卡门撞击根里面进行那个巡视勘探。对月球车来说，黑夜它还是进入月夜休眠状态，它要把帆板收起来，像盖上被子一样睡觉的。
应该说我们心里也是充满忐忑的，包括对这个石块，然后陨石坑的分布，以及这个就是土壤的松软的情况的一些担心，